Now, when you go down, here's history, all you've done. Oh, there's so much. Auto, action, making clipping folder, like, yeah, there's a lot. Here you have all your layers. Now, let me go back to illustration. Here's the simple layer. You will start by having your paper layer on your background, a white background. Take that away, and you have a transparent layer, a transparency layer. You see the red cross? This is because I have turned off the paper layer. The layer is not visible, so I can't draw on it. Now I can. Oh no, wait, I can't draw on the paper layer either way. The same happens here if you turn it off. So you always start with layer 1. Here you can show layers as 2 panels. If you want 2 panels to if you're switching between, for example, if you have, and here you want to work on these layers, but here you want to keep, so you can switch between 8 and 1 super quickly. Quite smart. Smart. And here you have a new layer. Here you have vector layer. I'm going to go through that in a bit. Here you have folders. You can put other maps. You can close them. Easier to organize. I recommend using folders, guys. I really recommend it. Here, I haven't used folders, but that's because I worked. I have a sketch layer. I have my rendered layer. And I have my shadow highlight thing. And these are layers I've added recently. So there's literally no other layers. Wait. I think this. Oh, that was for that one. Sorry, my bad. So these layers are quite. How I tend to work is to have the least amount of layers, because you can get a lot of folders. In the end, sometimes I've ended up having so many folders, and I open them, it's like 1,000 of layers underneath, and it can be quite frustrating, but folders help a lot. And if that doesn't help you enough, you can color code it. Then you have to remember the color though. I'm not too sure how to. Here's some thumbnail, create selection, set as reference layer. I haven't exactly found out how to name the different layers yet. I know someone did it, I think, but no, me being so smart, I didn't even think of it. Oh wait, no, that's just what it is. There, double click on the name, you can change it. Easy. Damn, I've been so dumb. There. Amazing. And now I can draw a name. Perfect. Then you have merge combined with layer below. This is transfer to layer below. So for example, if I had drawn on this, and I had drawn this on that, and I just want to move it to the layer below, I can do that. Now, see, it's on the same level. But now it's back because I took backspace. This is create layer mask. Honestly, I haven't played too much around with it though. So let's create layer mask and then go for this. And let's say, okay, I can show it here. Let's say we make a layer mask for this one. And by using the eraser, I can erase away what I feel shouldn't be in the picture. So for example, if I wanted this, but without this, I can have a layer mask like that. And there you go. I have a layer mask. I haven't found too much use of it, but there is a layer mask. If you know how to use it well. Delete layer, amazing, and then it's like apply mask to layer. Perfect. Now here, clip at layer below. These are fun. So I tend to use it here. I've used this to keep it there. But I'm going to show you something cool. If I go like this, it will only draw on the first normal layer that comes down. So right here, now I can only draw on this character right here. I cannot draw on the outside, only here. And this is really good for, I use it a lot on my comic. When I started shading here, what I did is I took a gradient and I took a deep purple and I put the layer and multiply, so you have different modes. For example, here I dragged it down, what is this sheet? Where does that come from? I'm quite confused right now, but at least, and then I put it on multiply. What is that from? I don't get it. Okay, at least. Yeah, either way, multiply on a character, darken, just make it a little bit darker. I tend to use multiply, has better effect, keeping it also the colors. Color burn, you can just mess around with them, but basically the ones you, come on, don't give up on me. Lighten, screen, color dodge, that's the one I like to use a lot. Color dodge. So the ones you need to learn is multiply and color dodge, or screen if you want kind of this cooler light. Blow dodge, more maybe on the red side. Add. Also color, what it will do is basically it will just change the hue but keep the tone. So right here we change the hue. I haven't played too much around with them, but I kind of know how it works. So here, with this color, you see, I can choose almost a black. I can choose black. Okay, wait, what the fuck? I'm so confused right now. Okay, so I chose black. Okay, I'm fucking this up right now, big time. So here, the hue, it doesn't change. Maybe I should use this. Yeah, it's easier. Here it goes only on the hue you're using, while here on color it goes more directly on what color you're using while keeping the same tone. So if I went for this, it will try to color everything and keep the same. If I went for this color, it will go more on the dark side. While with hue, it'll only follow this hue right here, and not to that. Is that understandable? I hope it is. Just play around with it to learn divide. Kind of, there's so much you can do, like for real. Brightness, like I don't understand half of these because there's a lot to learn, and there's a lot of layer options. At least you can play around with that. Lighthouse said it was reference layer. Like, I haven't played too much around with it. Sorry, but it is there. This is, what is this called? Set as draft layer. For real, I don't understand what that does. I've only used this. Lock layer. You can't draw on it. It's locked. And this is locks transparency. I mean, you can only draw on what has been drawn on that layer. It's a little bit same like this, but this is for other layers. Clip at layer below. This is for the layer you're working on. Quite a nice feature. Here's for the opacity, and that's basically what you need to know. I don't know what more to cover. Here you have some options, new file, everything. Basically the things you find in file. Here you can change the layer. When you're animating story, you have selection, select all, Control A, you select your whole view, zoom in, filter. Maybe can be useful if you want to blur things out. You can take a Gaussian blur, it will blur it out, and then you have a lot of blur options. For example, radial blur. It's like a look at it, and you can change the point. For example, if it's your face that is like in focus, and it's like, wow, how amazing, so cool. And yeah, a lot of options right there for you to have fun with. You can also sharpen and sharp mask, radius, strength, threshold, effects, mosaic, whatever you want to call it. You can basically pixelate things. See, she's a pixel now. Oh, look at her, she's Minecraft. Just kidding, I'm not gonna be that dumb. Effect, short, draw, corrector on a line, transform. Here's some fun ones. Pinch. Oh, you got a snatched waist. Amazing. Yeah, there's a lot you can do with those too. I haven't played too much around with it, but this is basically what most of the things I know, and this is what you basically need to get started. I can give a tips on how I tend to draw. I tend to use a black with a brush with a lighter pencil to block in the shape. Then sometimes I like to put it on multiply, yeah. And then underneath I make a new layer where I'm blocking the colors with dense watercolor, because I find it to not have too hard of an edge. It's like a soft. And then I tend to, sometimes I would make another layer and put all the lighter shapes in, and then go in with opaque watercolor and just shade it in. Or sometimes, like I've done recently, because I'm lazy as freaking bits, I take multiply, and because then I've had depends on where your light source is, but then I had a light source from up above. So I used this, and then I went back again to opaque watercolor, and this is amazing. It's basically making whatever brush it is into an eraser. And then I slowly erased away what I thought would have been lighten up. And like that, boom, I have kind of started shading a face. And then you can go into detail with, this is the eyelid, and this is the top of the brow, this is the nose, this is a nose thing, and this is the side, the bridge of her nose, then it's the lips, and then it's like this sides here of her face, and it's like her chin. Yeah, you get the point. It all depends on how you would like to do it. I just do it different ways. Then I can just put them together, and now you have one big thing you can start to play around with. Make it softer, make some edges harder. Really depends on what you want to do. And as you can see, I tend to put all my layers maybe together sometimes to create this. So here you can see that this was my sketch. Then I blocked it in with the colors, and then I started rendered. I think I have the unrendered. I always make two pieces. I have a friend that there. This is her not rendered. So here you can see. Oh, I didn't do it. Damn it. I saved it right after I had merged all my layers. But you see, I had a sketch. Then I made another layer, which was kind of line art sketch, more detailed layer with a much smaller brush. And I put colors underneath with the basic kind of what the colors I wanted. Before then I started rendering until I came to this. She kind of lost her smile because I stuck it to her lips. Here I made her again, and I think right down here you can see I've used more layers on here. Yeah, here I had As you can see, the sketch layer, I have the lighting on top, and then I have the coloring underneath, and I have another layer for the background. But the coloring, here I've used a complete other method. So if I turn off all the layers right here, you get the basic colors. Then I made this layer, and you see it was quite a quick way to both make highlights, to make all the tones. So I got the basic kind of value of her skin. Then I took the gradient from the top, and I took the array. I used the opaque watercolor, used this which is kind of making the brush into an eraser, and erase these parts. Then after I was like, oh, she needs more color in the face. Maybe you don't see it too well, but you can see it here. I added some redness to the face, and then again I added a lighting to make her light up. And that's how I mostly did all of these drawings on this comic. While here I just made it one mass and then just painted on top, because this isn't, it might kind of seem oh, it's kind of painted, but it's mostly just I don't know if it's called cell shaded, but it mostly is kind of cell shaded. But at least that is my tips for now. Maybe I'll make another tutorial. Ask me if you want to. I can maybe make like show you more of my process now and go in depth, and I don't know. Write in comments what you want if anyone watches this. Have a great evening, and I hope this helped. If there's something you want more covered, or that you feel I didn't cover well enough, or something that you want me to talk more about and give more tips on, please ask. I'm open for suggestions. I'm happy to help out as much as I can. Have a good evening, or morning, or afternoon, or night, or whatever you're doing, and hope to see you soon. Again, I want to make more videos, and please like and subscribe, and share it if you want to, or hopefully you'd want to, because yeah, it'll be fun. Hope you enjoyed. Have a good rest of your day. Goodbye.